a comfortable position, we'll go ahead and move and yeah, where I can see it. Go ahead and sit down. You can actually, if lying down is more comfortable for you, whatever it is to settle in for you and your body. If you want to start in Shavasana, lying down, if you want to start sitting, and you can, if you're sitting with me, you can rock side to side on your sitting bones, really settling in. Go ahead and inhale your shoulders up by your ears. Drop them down your back. I invite you to close your eyes if you like. You can tilt your chin just a little closer to your chest and settle in and set an intention for your practice, something that you would like to focus on this morning. And while your eyes are closed, picture where you are on your mat. Picture the four corners of your mat. And remember that you are on your little yoga island this morning, that 1 hour where you can leave everything that's off the mat, and just stay on the mat with us this morning as this in our yoga community. And go ahead and come to your breath and just breathe. When your mind starts to wander, come back to the breath that's coming in and out of your nose. Take your right hand and take your pointer finger and your middle finger, and gently let those fingers relax in the space between your eyebrows, and just continue to breathe. And after your next exhale, when you've squeezed all of the air out of your lungs, take your thumb and close your right nostril, and then inhale slowly all the way to the top of your breath. And when you get to the top of your breath, pause for a moment, let your thumb go, and take your ring finger and close your left nostril and slowly exhale. Squeeze all of that air out. When you get to the bottom of your breath, keep your finger position the same and inhale through your right nostril. When you get to the top of your breath, switch, letting your ring finger go and closing your right nostril with your thumb, and exhale. When you get to the bottom of your breath, inhale. When you get to the top of your breath, switch before you exhale so that you are closing your left nostril and opening your right, and exhale. Take several rounds of this Nadi Shodham breath at your own pace. Remember that you switch nostrils, you switch your fingers on the exhale. Stay the same for the inhale. If your arm is getting tired, remember you can hold your right elbow up with your left hand. After your next full round, go ahead and come back to your natural breath. You can keep your eyes closed and just bring your hands to your lap, coming back to your natural breath. Gently start to blink your eyes open. And on our next inhale, take a nice good morning stretch up. And on the exhale, twist to the right, taking your left hand on your knee, your right hand behind you. And you can walk your fingers a little bit more to the right. Sorry, that would be the left. We're twisting around. Your right hand is going back, not directly behind you, but to the wall to your left. And stretch the crown of your head more to the ceiling. And as you inhale, see if you can twist a little bit more. And then on your next inhale, come back to center, reaching up, really stretching. You can look up to the ceiling, stretching your arms up more, stretching your head more. And on your next exhale, twist to the right, left hand on your right knee, left hand behind you. Your fingers are moving, like walking a little bit more to the wall that's to your right. Look over your shoulder, stretch the crown of your head more towards the ceiling. See if you can twist a little bit more as you inhale, really stretching here. And then inhale, come back to center. And on the exhale, twist to the right. We're going to do one breath to one moment. Inhale, back to center. Exhale to the left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale to the left. Inhale, back to center. Reach up. Drop your right hand palm onto the ground. Take your left hand, really reach up, and then start to reach to the side. You can bend your elbow, pushing back with your right hand, making sure that left sitting bone is still on the mat. You're not rocking your body, so you're getting a good stretch all along your left side. You could even look up under your up under your armpit, up to the ceiling, feeling that stretch a little bit more. Maybe you can go a little closer to the ground. And inhale, come back to center. And on the exhale, let's take it in the other direction. I have someone who is joining me for yoga here, my dog. So inhale, so go ahead and stretch a little bit more to the other side. And then inhale, come up and reach. We're going to take one breath for one movement. So inhale up, exhale to the right, inhale up, exhale to the left. Inhaling up, exhale to the right, inhaling up, exhale to the left, inhaling up, exhale, come back to that center. Go ahead and tuck your chin and stretching the back of your neck. And then you can move to the left, keeping your chin down so your chin is towards your left shoulder. Keeping your chin down, come back through center and take it to your right shoulder. Feeling a good stretch all along the left side of your neck. And then coming back through center, you can take some head rolls very slowly. Take that in the other direction. And then come back to center. Let's take the soles of our feet together. And you can hold on to your ankles, and your knees may be way up. It really doesn't matter where they are, but what you're going to do is slowly you make your knees into butterfly wings, and you can move them a little bit. This is opening up your hips, getting into your hamstrings a little bit. And then you can let go of your ankles and then reach your hands out to your knees, and you can bend down. You can just push down very gently onto your knees and breathe. And then we're going to go ahead and make your way to your back. Sorry, I'm going to close my door here. And when you get to your back, go ahead and reach up overhead, taking and pointing your toes and flexing everything and taking a really good morning stretch. And on the exhale, relax and let it go. Inhaling, stretch, and exhale, relax. Inhaling, stretch, really flexing all of those muscles up. And as you exhale, let everything just flop into the mat. Inhaling, stretch. And exhale, bending your knees into your chest, clasping your hands or your opposite wrists or even elbows, getting into that tight ball. You can experiment with if you take the hug a little further up your arms, getting your knees a little closer, or just keep your hands clasped. And you can rock side to side, giving your lower back a massage. Breathing here. And then go ahead, interlace your fingers, letting your left leg long. Remember, so many choices and different days are going to feel different. If you have any pinching in your back, you can bring the sole of your foot to the mat. If you want to just leave it on the mat, that's fine. If you want a little more core strength, let your left leg hover a little bit, a couple of inches off the mat. And as you inhale, pull your right knee to your shoulder and exhale, relax. Inhaling, pull. And exhale, relax. Inhaling, pull. And exhale, relax. Inhaling, pull. Exhale, relax. Send your left hand out long, palm down, right hand on your right knee. Let's draw those big circles very slowly, coming as close to the ground as you can. Come up near as much into your chest as you can, and then come to the left, really drawing those big circles. Make sure you are breathing in and out deeply through your nose. And then take that in the opposite direction. This is sending that blood flow to our hip flexors. Then go ahead and let's stop and then let your right leg meet your right and go ahead and stretch. And on the exhale, bring both knees in and finding your belt or your strap or a towel or whatever you have, put it across your feet. If you don't have something, you can just hold on. If you're flexible, you can take peace sign fingers to your toes and hold on. But anyway, the strap is going to work here the best, probably if you have something to put around your feet, whatever it is. And push your feet really into that strap and then pulling a little bit, pull the strap so that you're feeling that stretch. So you're pulling your feet behind you a little bit. So make sure you are breathing. You should feel your spine flat against your mat. Go ahead and breathe here. Stretch and breathe. Just feel that good stretch in your hamstrings. Never go to shooting pain. You can come to your edge, but not shooting pain. Go ahead and release your left leg back down to the mat. Remember, you can keep that bent. You can take it long. Take both sides of the strap in your right hand. Send your left hand out to the side and go ahead and start to open your foot to the right. Make sure you are breathing here. And you're pushing your foot into the strap, and you're also gently pulling the strap so that you're pulling your foot towards the wall behind you. Make sure that you are breathing here. Your hip points are still up towards the ceiling, so the center of your body is staying flat on the mat. On your next inhale, come back up to center, switching hands. Send your right hand out to the side, and you can start to move across your body, keeping that right shoulder on the mat. And you can turn and look towards your right hand. Again, push that foot into the strap, pulling the strap gently so you're pulling the strap a little bit behind you. You can move your hands on the strap so that it's more comfortable, and you can also get your elbow onto the ground and just relax into this twist and breathe. Maybe that foot will come just a little closer to the ground as you go. And then inhale, your next inhale, come back up to center, keeping your strap in the left hand, glue that right hip to the mat, and then just start to move it a little bit to the left. You'll feel that along your IT band, runs from your hip to your knee. Make sure you are breathing. And then come back to center. And you can bend your knee, let the strap go. Interlace your fingers, pulling your knee this time towards the center of your chest. Inhaling, pull. Remember, you can hover that left foot. Exhale, relax. Inhaling, pull. And exhale, relax. Inhaling, pull. And exhale, send that right leg down to meet the left. Inhaling, stretch, and exhale, bringing that left leg in, interlacing your fingers on your shin. Make sure you're not putting any pressure on your knee. So you want to make sure that your fingers are on your shin somewhere. Again, same choices with the right leg. You can hover, you can bend. And inhale, pulling that left knee towards your left shoulder. And exhale, relax. Inhaling, pull. And exhale, relax. Inhaling, pull. And exhale, relax. Inhaling, pull. And exhale, relax. Take your left hand on your left knee, right hand out to the side, and draw some big circles with your knee, coming as close to the ground as you can, moving to the side as much as you can, reaching out as long as you can away from you. Make sure you're scrunching up closest to your chest as you can, really getting into all the nooks and crannies. Make sure you are breathing. And then go in the opposite direction. Make sure you are breathing, sealing your lips and breathing in and out of your nose is best. Coming back to center, go ahead and send your left leg long, taking that nice big stretch overhead. And on the exhale, bring both knees in again, finding your strap or your belt or your towel or whatever you are using to get around the balls of your feet. And send both legs up again, pulling, pushing your feet into the strap, stretching a little bit more, feeling your hamstrings a little bit more, pulling your feet behind you, towards the wall behind you, slightly, feeling your spine on the mat. Breathe. And then on your next exhale, you can start to bend your right knee, sending it down to the mat. Remember, if you have any pinching, you're welcome to leave it bent. You can keep it long. If you like, take both sides of the strap in your left hand, right hand out to your side, palm down. Start to open that leg to the left, any amount. And remember, you can move your hands along the strap so that your elbow can come to the ground. Pushing your foot into the strap more, you'll feel more in your hamstring, pulling a little bit behind you. Feel that good stretch. Make sure you are breathing through your nose. And then inhale, come up, taking your strap in the right hand, take your left hand down and bring your foot across your body, keeping your shoulder on the mat. You can turn and look towards your left hand if that works. Make sure you are breathing, pushing your foot into the strap, pulling the strap a little bit, feeling that stretch. Please remember, if you feel any shooting pain, back out of the pose. Make sure you are breathing. Then come back up to center, and then keeping your left hip glued to the mat. start to move just a little bit to the right. You should feel a good strap up. You should feel a good stretch all the way from your hip to your knee and your IT band here. Remember, breathe into it, breathe in and out through your nose. Not gonna lie, this should be slightly uncomfortable, but it should not be shooting pain. And come back up to center. And you can let that strap go, bending your knee, clasping your fingers again. Pull your knee towards the center of your chest. Inhaling, pull, and exhale, relax. Inhaling, pull, and exhale, relax. Inhaling, pull, and exhale. Send your left leg out. Take a nice, good stretch. We are going to meet in tabletop. You can take some spine rolls if you like by exhaling and bringing your knees in, taking your hands behind your knees, and you can roll up and down on your spine. And you can skip this if you like, but this might feel good along your spine. You can go as far as you like, as little as you like, or skip it altogether. And we'll come up into tabletop. As always, please remember to spread your fingers, claw your finger pads like you're, Halloweenish or something, so that you're not getting all of the weight on your wrists. You can also come up to your fists if you need to. You can always take a break. All of these, we're going to do cat and cow, you can sit up and have your hands on your lap, and you can do cat and cow from a chair even, or just sitting on the floor if you feel like it's too much on your wrist at any point. So you can always modify these poses so they work for you. So anyway, with traditional, you're going to put your hands underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips, really clawing, so then you'll feel a little bit less weight on your wrists. So inhaling, dropping your belly, lifting your hips, lifting your gaze, and exhale. Start to arch your spine up, look towards your navel, and inhaling, cow, and exhaling, tucking your tailbone, looking at your belly button, and inhaling, cat, and exhaling, cow, and inhaling, cat, and exhaling, come to that neutral spine. And inhale and exhale, look over your right shoulder and move your right hip to the right as much as you can. Inhaling back through center, exhaling, take it to the left. Inhaling back through center, exhale, take it to the right. Inhaling back through center, take it to the left. Inhaling back through center. We are going to meet in forward fold. But if you've downward dog is in your pose, in your practice, you can tuck your toes and come up, or you can continue doing cats and cows if that is better for you. But if you can tuck your toes, you can send your hips up into the ground, really pushing away with your arms, sending your heels toward the ground. You can walk your dog one at a time, sending your heels back. Take a look at your elbows and rotate those centers of your elbows towards each other or a little bit forward, and then push back again and really push hard. And you'll feel your shoulder blades lift and separate on your back. And we are going to meet in a forward fold ragdoll pose. So you can take your hands and walk them back like baby steps, your hands all the way back to your feet. And then take a look at your feet. They should be straight. Your toes should not be out or pointing in. They should be like you're standing on railroad tracks, up straight. And have your, you can always measure with two fists between your feet. Bend your knees enough so that your torso is resting on your thighs. Grab opposite elbows and then shake your head yes, shake your head no, as much as you need to get all the kicks out of your neck. And then let your head, neck, and shoulders just relax. You might work on straightening your legs, maybe one at a time. You can sway, but let all of the muscles totally go in this ragdoll pose. Your head is, remember, like a coconut hanging from a tree. Just let it go. Let your neck muscles go. It's not going anywhere. And then let your arms just dangle and relax. And we will come up, imagine one vertebrae at a time. And we will come up. I'm going to move back so I don't put my hands into the ceiling fan. I'm going to reach up and let's take our balance pose for the day. Let's do tree pose. So go ahead, look down at your left toes, your left foot, and your foot should be straight ahead. The toes not in, toes not out. And take and look at you and lift up all of your toes. And then try to put them down one at a time, starting with your pinky toe, and have your toes kind of spread. See if you can spread your toes as much as you can. Take a nice bounce on your left knee. And remember, we don't ever want to put our foot right on our knee joint because we want to protect the knee joint. You can stand near a wall and kind of touch it once in a while. It's really more psychological than anything. But you can tuck your toes to the ground, and your knee is straight out. Or you can bring your foot up your shin, or you can take your hands and help and bring your foot all the way up to your thigh. Look at something that is not moving in your room. That is not me. And if you'd like, you can grow your tree branches by sending your hands up. Make sure that you are breathing here. It might help your balance to like push that knee like you're pushing it behind you. Try to take the death grip out of your toes. If you fall out like I just did, just get back in. Make sure that you are breathing. This is one that you can practice in your kitchen or somewhere. If you're waiting for something to microwave, just do a tree pose in the middle of your kitchen. Balances are really great. You can come out, you can rock side to side, and shake your feet a little bit if you need to. Go ahead and take a look at your right foot, and you can lift up your toes, putting them down one at a time. Take a good bounce and do the opposite side. There's no wrong side in yoga, just don't do the same side twice. And you can go ahead and same thing, take the left foot up. Maybe toes are going to stay on the ground. Maybe you're going to bring it up your shin. Maybe you're going to take your hand and bring it up to your thigh. Whatever's working for you this morning. Find that object across the room from you. I don't recommend looking at the floor. That's your drishti point, your drishti. And look at that and find your balance. And then grow your branches if you like. Remember that strong trees blow in the breeze. So find your pose. Oh, and your yoga teacher needs to do more balance. Go ahead and come back down, and you can come side to side. Let's do one more balance where you're going to come up on your toes. So see if you can come up. Your feet are about hip width distance apart. Come up on your tippy toes, and you can reach up. And then as you exhale, start to bend your knees, and you're swinging your hands behind you. Your hands are coming behind you, bending your knees as much as you can, staying on those tippy toes like you're skiing down a hill. If your knees start to wobble, that's okay. That's your muscles getting some strength training here. Go ahead and come back up and staying on your tippy toes, reach up, and then you can come back down. And you can come side to side. We are going to meet in sitting. So if you would like to just sit down, that's fine. You can take your feet as wide as the mat. If you'd like to practice Malasana squat, you can reach up and then start to come down. Your hands are together in prayer. Your thumbs right in the middle of your breastbone, and you can come down and your elbows will come between your knees. And this is called Malasana squat. It's very good for hip opening, stretching in your hamstrings. You can just sit back and we'll come to a seated pose. Let's go ahead and practice our breath of fire. And we'll begin with the shoulder one. So very quick inhale and on the exhale, down. So take to about 20 of these breath of fire. And then come back to your natural breath and can take a few breaths there. And then we will take the next one. So go ahead and bring your hands up like you're opening a book. And on the inhale, open. On the exhale, close. Remember, your elbow will not come in any further than your shoulder, so it should be parallel to that. So take about 20 of these. And you can just estimate, or you can be a counter if you like. But when you are finished, just come back to your natural breath, letting your arms rest for a moment and breathe. Go ahead and make a loose fist with your thumbs on the outside. And for our last one, we will punch up. And then when we come down, we will exhale. So remember, it's very quick in and out through your nose as fast as you can, and the breath will match your movement. So go ahead, breath of fire, punching the ceiling. And then come back to your natural breath. We are going to move into our first yin pose. So go ahead and send your legs out a little bit in front of you. Let me just get my music queued up. And remember, you can have pillows. If you have this bolster thing, you can use that. Let's just do, I think we haven't done this one in a while, just the plain one where we have our feet out in front of us. And for the first one, you can flex your feet back towards you. This will help to alleviate to let your lower back relax. So go ahead and flex your feet forward. And then we'll inhale and just start to hinge your hips, reaching forward with your hands. So reach really far forward and then come down. And your hands might come on either side of your feet. You can rest them on your legs. And then keep going, letting your head, neck, and shoulders just flop. And this might be your pose. You can also use pillows. You can stack pillows or a bolster, because then you can just have something to relax on. It might be that you take, enough so that your head is really resting on something. So whatever you would like to do in this pose. And so your feet, if you have any pinching, remember you can always flex those feet back. But once you find your pose and relax, you can let your feet just flop. So whatever this pose looks like in your body, try to let your lower back go, let your head, neck, and shoulders go. Find a stillness. Sealing your lips, breathe in and out through your nose. Make sure your hips are totally relaxed, your shoulders relaxed, your neck is relaxed. You've just let your head totally go and breathe. Start to slowly come back up. If you used any props, you can put them away. And go ahead and come down to your back and then roll over to your belly. And then we're going to come back into Sphinx pose. So you're on the tops of your feet and then come up so that your elbows are underneath your shoulders. And then try to relax your lower back. So this is stretching your back, relax your belly. I'm not going to stay here for too long. Go ahead and relax here. Breathing. Come back down to your belly and then send your arms out in a T, almost like you're flying, and lie down on your right ear. And if you have any shoulders issue, you can take any shoulder issues, you can take half frog here. So you bring your left arm up and your left knee up. And this might be your pose if you have any shoulder issues in your right shoulder. Otherwise, you can take your left hand into push-up pose and you can stack your feet and start to roll. And if you need a little bit more, you can start to bend that top leg and bring your foot up and over. And then if you need more, you can drop your knee towards the wall that's on the opposite side. And then you can just let your left arm find a comfortable position, whatever that is. If you want to experiment for a moment with the bind, you can take your left hand up and over and reach around like you're reaching for something in your back right pocket. If you can relax like that, you can experiment with staying in this pose. If not, you can bring that left hand back down to the ground. So settle into stillness, whatever that looks like in this open wing pose. If you have any shooting pain in your shoulder, immediately back out and come back to center. And I will say that in any of these poses, you should never feel shooting pain, but find total stillness and settle in, relaxing your shoulder, relaxing your hip. If you need to have a pillow underneath your head or your neck, find what you need in your body and settle in to stillness and breathe. Make sure you are breathing and that you're not clenching any muscles in your body anywhere. Relax. Go ahead and gently unwind, coming back through center. And pause for a moment on your belly, bending your knees up towards the ceiling. You can gently windshield wiper them very slowly, side to side. And then lie down on your left ear. And same thing on this side. If you have any injuries or problems with your left shoulder, you can take half frog by bringing your left leg up, bending your elbow here, and getting a good stretch in your hamstrings and your hips. Or for the full pose, you can push up with your right hand and start to roll. It might be that you're keeping your feet together. You can move into that fetal position, or you can bend that top right leg up and over, dropping your toes and breathe. Make sure your hips and your shoulders are totally relaxed. Breathe. You can close your eyes even. Go ahead and gently unwind, coming back to your belly. Make your way slowly, be gentle with yourself to tabletop, and then keeping your knees together. Start to sink your hips back towards your heels. Now, for some of you, if your hips are very tight, you might not come all the way back. So, this is when you can take a pillow or a blanket, something here, and you can put it on top of your feet so that you can come back and sit on the pillow like this. Then come forward into child's pose. Your forehead is coming down towards the floor. And again, if you're not reaching the floor, this is where you can take a pillow and come forward. If your hips can come back to your heels, you can just come back to your heels, reaching your hands forward. You can come down. If your forehead reaches the mat, fine. If not, use your props. And you're getting this nice stretch. And then take your hands and come back and reach back towards your ankles. Your hands will be on the tops of your hands. Your palms will be up. And then let your shoulders relax and get into the tightest little ball. This is child's pose. And this will stretch your spine all the way from your neck to the bottom of your spine, getting a nice stretch. And then relax here and breathe, finding your pose. This is a pose, and we also can do, if this is not working for you at all, you can send your knees wide into a wide child's pose. But this is like the universal dropping out of a yoga pose. If you're in any yoga class, you can always drop into a child's pose and just breathe and be. Let your head, neck, and shoulders go and breathe. Go ahead and unwind. We're going to make our way to our figure four pose. So if you have a wall handy or the back of a chair, you can go ahead and move to that. Again, doesn't matter which side, but bring your hip right on the wall if you're coming to the wall. And you can swing your legs up. And then if your hips are not on the wall, you might need to scoot a little closer so that they're right on the wall. If you're in the middle of the floor, you can just bend your knees. But wherever you are, cross your left ankle on the thigh side of your knee, since we're upside down. Saying above or below is a little confusing, I found. So that you're making a four. It's a figure four. If you're at the wall, you can just let your arms flop at your side. If you are in the middle of the floor, you can take your right hand through that keyhole that you made and maybe grab for the back of your thigh or possibly the top of your shin. Don't grab your knee joint though. And then you can start to bend any amount that you can. If you're at the wall, if your hips are very tight, this might be your pose, but you might start bending your left knee, letting your left foot just slide down the mat. Tilt your chin a little closer to your chest. Make sure your shoulders are relaxed. Sometimes when we're trying to relax our hips, we end up tightening up somewhere else. So find that stillness. You should feel a good stretch along your right hip. And then make sure you are breathing. You can close your eyes here and breathe. Go ahead and unwind, sending your legs up the wall or straight on your mat. You can bring your arms up overhead and take a nice little stretch. And then as you exhale, go ahead and take it the other side. So left foot on above your knee, on the thigh side of your knee. And if you're at the wall with me, you can just let your arms flop at your sides. You might start to bend that knee. If you're on the floor, you can take your left hand through, um, clasping behind your thigh or maybe the top of your shin. Anyway, find your pose. Maybe that right leg starts to slide down the wall. Your knee is out to the side. So making that 4 with your legs. Figure 4. So go ahead and tilt your chin a little closer, relax your shoulders, relax your hips. You should feel a good stretch in your left hip. But remember, if you feel shooting pain, just back out. You can even take legs up the wall if you want for an alternate if this is not working for you today. Go ahead and find your stillness and breathe. Go ahead and start to gently unwind, bringing your legs up the wall or taking a stretch. As you exhale, bend your knees into your chest. If you're at the wall with me, you can just walk your feet down to the right. We'll take a quick twist to the right, keeping your shoulders on the mat. You can turn and look to the left. If you're in the middle of the floor, you can just have your knees together. Just take a couple of breaths here. Breathe into this twist. And then we'll come back up through center and drop your knees in the other direction, keeping your shoulders on the mat. You can turn and look towards your right hand and breathe here, taking a couple of breaths. Go ahead and come back up through center. You can stretch your legs up the wall. Take any stretches that your body is craving before we move into our final Savasana. It might be happy baby, where your feet are on the ceiling, moving back and forth. And settle in, and you're welcome to take. I'm going to take legs up the wall this morning, and you can have your legs up the wall and relax. If you're on the mat, you can just let your feet relax a little wider than hip width distance on the mat and let your feet flop to the corners. Go ahead and settle in, relaxing your shoulders and your hips, unclenching your jaw, and just breathe. Start to wiggle your fingers and your toes, perhaps rock your head side to side. You take that good stretch, pointing your toes and flexing, and then bending your knees into your chest. Roll to your favorite side. If you're at the wall like I am, you can walk your feet down to help you. Pause for just a moment in this yogi fetal position, coming back to that intention that you set for yourself. And then using your hands, gently find your way, if not gracefully. Grace is in the mind. Come back to a comfortable seated position. We'll seal our practice with Om Shanti Shanti. Remember, Shanti is the Sanskrit for peace, with our three levels of peace. The first one to keep us from, things like earthquakes and floods and war. And the second one to keep us from those distractions, like things that really bother us, like loud noises and leaf blowers and garbage trucks coming by while you're doing yoga. And the third one is if you can find your peace of mind, and none of the other two won't matter. So we can strive to find peace of mind. So you can inhale together, you can sing along at home, or you can just listen. I'd invite you to sing along this. So inhaling together. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. May all creatures live in peace, and I bow to the light in all of you. And may you have a wonderful day.